Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you so much for joining in. My name is Alicia Hurt. I am the Executive Director for I See My Baby. We have a women's wellness center here in Bainbridge, Georgia, 719 East Shotwell Street. We support women through infertility, a lack of faith, and depression. And we have a plethora of resources for the family. Today, one of the main reasons why we exist is supporting through infertility and womb health. And that is why we are talking about Yoni steaming. We are reclaiming womb wellness with grace, wisdom, and faith. So, what is yoni steaming, you may ask? Well, it is a self care practice where a woman allows warmth of herbal steam to penetrate her vaginal and uterine tissue, permeate it. And the purpose of it is to promote healing, detox, connection, and comfort. And this is not something that has just come into existence. It has been around for a long time. It has cultural roots. It has been practiced for centuries in Africa, Asia, the Caribbean, and indigenous communities. It is also known as vaginal steaming, and there are other names for it as well in other areas of the world. And it is rooted in feminine wisdom and often passed down through generations. So, why are we talking about it? Why is it important? Well, let me tell you. It is important because it supports you both spiritually, emotionally, and physically. And just to highlight a few physical benefits, it helps to regulate and shorten your menstrual cycles. It reduces PMS bloating and cramping. It supports postpartum recovery. It helps clear old residue, clots, or stagnation, and it enhances fertility and vaginal moisture. And I want to tell you, it truly supports you in stagnation and old residue. After having my son, I had a steam with my friends to introduce to some, and some they had already experienced it. But I experienced something during that session that I never before. I felt like I was on fire from the inside out, and that whole steam, I was just sweating profusely. And when I had my next menstrual cycle, it was completely different. The color was different. And what the practitioner at the time explained to me is because after birth, everything doesn't come out. Even though you go through the bleeding process after you have your baby, everything does not come out. And so that is why I felt that way. And it made a world of a difference. It made a world of a difference in my body, in my mind, in my spirit. And I was just like, what is going on? Why do I feel this way? So the emotional benefits, let's talk about it. It helps to encourage intentional rest and reflection. It creates space for grief or trauma release, and it reduces stress and it improves your mood. It improves your mood. Also, the spiritual benefits of it, it helps you to honor sacred femininity and divine creation. It reconnects women to their bodies and womb as a spiritual center. And it enhances your prayer, your meditation, and your personal rituals. So it is safe to do at least once a week. You can find time once a week, put it on your calendar and say, this is my sacred time. This is my time to reconnect. And if you have a devotional life, a prayer life, a study life, you can incorporate your yoni steaming with it as well. All right, so here are some common objections and how to respond with love and wisdom about yoni steaming. Someone may say, hey, that's weird. That's unsanitary. And your response is, it's not strange. It's not stranger than Epsom salt baths or herbal teas. It's about intention, warmth, and healing. They may say, it sounds like a new trend. My daughter's always talking about trends, right? And your response is actually it's ancient. Women have been using herbs and steam for thousands of years in many cultures. Question may come up, is it medically approved? And your response will be, it's a holistic practice, not a medical treatment like yoga or a massage. It works alongside wellness routines, not against them. My doctor never told me about it. Western medicine often overlooks traditional healing practices. That doesn't mean they're unsafe or ineffective. And actually, we have practitioners that refer clients to us to support them where they have ongoing issues, ongoing feminine issues that a pill or antibiotic is just temporarily putting a band-aid on, but getting on a Yoni steam regimen shows results naturally. And last but not least, what about at church? Isn't that taboo? Okay, now our wombs are God given. Honoring our bodies with care and wisdom aligns with being good stewards to our temple. And I know, especially here down south, is a different climate, and a lot of times women are afraid because maybe their spouse or their partner, they don't understand it, they frown upon it, and they may even say, hey, I don't want you doing that because they don't understand it, which is not helpful for your womb health as a woman taking care of yourself. And so I would say education is key. I'm open to talking to both the man and the woman. I've done it before. I actually had a client that came in last year while we were at our other location, and she did her Yoni steaming regimen. And they had wanted another child for a long time, but it just did not happen. And so even her husband, we spoke about it, and she had her session with us. I didn't hear back. And then when I did hear back, I heard some great results about her hormones, her feelings. Things started to reconnect with her. And I'm happy to report that she is with child. And so, even though you may not understand it, your partner may not understand it, I would say book a consultation, and let's have a conversation about it. Let's be open about it. Let's really talk it through together and devise a plan that works for you. So how steaming works. So let me break it down for you. And we also have some educational videos on our YouTube channel that goes a little deeper into the process, how we blend the herbs, and all different types of protocols and things of that nature. So if you want to check that out, you can go right to our YouTube channel. But just to let you know, you definitely choose your herbs. Depending on what's going on, you may say, Alicia, I don't know what to use. Don't worry. We have the consultation, and then I recommend a mixture for you. We sell the herbs here as well. We also sell the at-home kits, which you'll see further in the presentation. But you will blend your herbs, and then you will boil your water. Once your water comes to a boil, then you put your herbs inside of it, and you let it seep for 5 to 8 minutes. And once that happens, then you are ready to steam. You are ready to steam. So you would sit, or you could kneel if you know you got those good knees, over a bowl, or we do sell again those kits where we have the stools for you or the chairs. And then you cover your waist down. So either you have a robe on, a blanket, or we have gowns that you can wear. They're really nice. And you want to steam for about 20 to 45 minutes. I say 45. I love 45, okay? But 20 to 30 is fine. But if you can stand it for 45 minutes, you get the max results. And it should not burn. It should not feel uncomfortable. You should just feel a nice little mist, a little steam. It shouldn't be too hot to burn you. And you want to drink a lot of water 24 to 48 hours afterwards because it is a detox for your womb area. The best times to steam is at least a week before or a week after your menstruation a week before or a week after. And I love the before because that makes me ensure that I will not have any period cramps. I mean, I've suffered for years with period cramps. And now that my daughter is going through it, I have her on a regimen as well. I have to remind her, but it really, really helps for those menstruation cramps and also those PMS where you're like, oh, I need this. And it really helps to regulate your hormones. And then when you do it after your menstruation, it just helps to get anything that's still sitting, any stagnation out. Also, postpartum, I recommend that to all of my moms after we do the birthing process together. After 6 weeks, once you're cleared from your doctor, please steam. If you have a miscarriage or an emotional loss, you want to steam. And then also during your menopause for dryness, circulation, and spiritual reconnection as a woman, you want to get on a Yoni steaming regimen. All right, so let's talk about Yoni steaming. So you can make it social. You can make it social. We have the kits that you can purchase. You can have a party with your friends at in the comfort of your home, and you can really embrace being able to say, you know what, I care about myself. I'm taking care of myself. And then here are ways that you can talk about it with your partner, with your friends, with your family, and even with your church and your spiritual group, right? So let's go through it. All right, so with your partner, this helps me feel better, more balanced, and comfortable and confident. I love your support in taking care of myself. And you want to emphasize your emotional and physical benefits that may enhance intimacy. With friends, you want to share openly. I tried this and it helped me feel grounded. Want to try it together? And then you can host a women's circle or a spa night. With your family, this is about wellness and honoring my body, just like grandma used to make teas and rubs, right? So you teach your daughters early about holistic care. You teach them early about holistic care. Okay. And then with your church or your spiritual groups, you can host a temple care workshop for women. I would love to do that. Let me know if you are interested. A grounding conversation, and you can use scripture. So you can use 1 Corinthians 6:19. You can even use Titus 2, verses 3 to 5. And you can invite speakers to discuss womb health without shame, normalizing, opening up that discussion. And we want to kind of dive into the myths versus the facts. So a myth that is dangerous, yoni steaming is dangerous. Well, when both are done properly, it is gentle and supportive. Another myth, only women with issues should steam. Well, that's a myth. And the fact is all women can benefit from regular womb care. Also, it replaces medical treatment. That's a myth. No, it complements it. It does not replace it. It's just a fad. Well, it has been around for centuries, century-old global practice. The last myth is it's taboo in spiritual spaces. Okay, well, the fact is caring for the body honors our creator. So Yoni steaming, again, we provide you with those sessions. We give you the kits that you can now take home. Also, you can have herbal consultations, your womb health workshops. We provide those to you, and we collaborate with churches and with ministries as well to normalize womb health and to ensure that women are not suffering in silence. Okay? And just remember, if you can't make it to our sessions, our classes, we do at-home consultations virtually as well. So this is what a kit would look like. It'll have a variation to it. We use a crock pot steamer. So where you see the bowl, we like the steamer because it has a consistent steam throughout your yoni steaming process. We have the gowns. We also, like I said, have our own blend of herbs that have proven results. And we also give you a cushion to go along with your chair. So again, remember, create that sacred space at home, and we will help you with that. We have a client that shared what her sacred space looks like once she got her kit, got everything set up. So there is an example out there for you. Also, it enhances intention and mindfulness, and it supports emotional and spiritual healing. So here's a suggestion: set up a quiet, clean area free of distractions. Light candles or incense, play calming music or guided meditation, and use affirmations or prayer. So remember to develop your yoni steaming routine. Like I said, you can pair it with your devotion time that you already do and just have it once a week, right? You want to choose a consistent time every week so you know that it's going to happen. And then I also recommend journaling your thoughts, how you feel before your session and then after your session. And some women actually journal during their session, right? Listen to your body. My last cycle, I just felt like I needed to steam. And I said, okay, well, let's do it. And I'm glad I did because my cycle was coming earlier. So with my cycle coming earlier, I needed that steam. And so when my cycle came, I said, Lord, thank you. And Alicia, good job at listening to your body. Again, you can do it safely once a week or at least twice a month. And because now that you have it at home, you have more flexibility in when it can be done. So for me, I make sure everyone is eating for the night, baths are done, they're in the bed, it's quiet, and then I have my time, right? I have my time. So we have options of having monthly subscriptions. You can just buy it as needed. It's completely up to you. But once you have your consultation with me, we will devise a plan together. And the price for the full kit is $285 for the full kit. And you can add the steamer to it as well for an additional cost. And all of that is on our website. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right into the questions that you may have. So here's one. Have you ever heard of or tried yoni steaming before? Well, now you've heard of it. I'm sure many of you have seen it, especially if you follow us. But now you have a better understanding and a sense. Or if you have more questions, like I said, schedule a call and we could definitely talk through it together. If you have any fears, if you have any hesitations, or again, any other lingering comments or concerns, or maybe you just have a particular situation you want to talk through, you can schedule a call with me at aliciahurt.com, and my calendar will pop up. It will pop up. All right, so we are concluding this workshop. I'm giving your time back to you, but I want to just draw your attention to a couple things before we go. I want you to remember that yoni steaming is not just a physical practice, but it's a spiritual one. And when women learn, heal, and gather generational healing, it truly begins. And remember that you deserve rest, you deserve reconnection, and to feel whole. So let's honor our sacred spaces. Let's speak truth with love and support one another in healing. Remember that healing is your birthright, okay? And education is definitely your power. So sisterhood, that is definitely your strength. Sisterhood, togetherness, we're in this together. You're not in it by yourself. And remember that we can help. Here are the three major areas that we can help you with. Your irregular or your painful menstrual cycles, we can help you with that. We can give you custom blends. Also, postpartum recovery after you have that baby, whether it's a vaginal birth or a C-section. If you need a feminine wellness detox, we can help you with that. If you've had any frequent infections or discomfort, this is a natural solution to support you. It will help you in a very natural way without any side effects. So contact us here at the Women's Wellness Center. We are here to support you with no judgment. It is your time for you to prioritize yourself, honey. It is your time. Do not give up on yourself. Prioritize yourself because many times we're helping everybody else and we're not thinking about ourselves, right? So, again, support your womb health, support a healthy cycle, support less stress, and reconnecting with your feminine energy. Okay. And it is accessible to you. We can mail it to you. You can pick it up at our center. I can even drop it off if you're local and help you set it up in your home. So again, thank you so much. Here's our contact information. We are a 501c3, so everything that you support us with, whether it's through the steaming, the kits, donations, classes, we definitely need your support in order to further our reach and to continue our maternal health initiatives and efforts. Thank you again and have a wonderful day on